Hey, this is Jamie from Green River Ordnance. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening to Conroe Culture News. I am Margie Taylor, your host at Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe. FM 104.5, 106.1, Facebook Live, Conroe Culture News. And it's also on the Conroe, City of Conroe Cable TV. You will be able to see it on the website, cityofconroe.org. So today, my guests are going to talk about the Woodlands Chamber Chairman's Ball, a night in Napa. And then later on, we're going to hear from how to take care of our senior loved ones, find assistant living anywhere in the country with Brent and Pauline Veazey of Assistant Living Locators of Greater Northeast Houston. So a couple of things. This show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. Roger Stein Chiropractic has been voted the best chiropractic center in Montgomery County for 4 consecutive years. They are located at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School and Taco Bell. Any new patients, the whole $25, yes, it's only $25 to see the doctor, all goes to CASA to help kids in CPS. So they work with anybody that has a back, from infants to seniors, athletes to professionals. Their focus is on natural, holistic approach to not only relieving pain, but achieving optimal health. So go see Dr. Stacy Rogers and the rest of her doctors at Roger Stein Chiropractic. Team Sinisi Real Estate Group serves the greater Montgomery County as the best source for buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And you know, interest rates are really low, but they're not going to stay there forever. I mean, not that I know for sure, but I mean, really, it's probably not. So buying, selling, or investing, call Team Sinisi 281-507-9777. So a few things that are going on around town. Well, being that this is mid-July, it's going to be back to school time. If you haven't been to Hobby Lobby, you might even see Halloween and Christmas. Well, before that is back to school. So keep that in mind. We will have those tax-free days in August when it's super crowded, but you can shop now and get some of that out of the way by going to downtown Conroe, or think about the Assistance League that gives back, is very philanthropic, gives back to our vulnerable populations, and they help kids. They help get kids dressed for school. They help seniors. They help veterans. So shop there or donate. Always Patsy Cline is going to be on July 23rd. That is put on at the Owen Theater by the Players Theater Company, and this is their big fundraiser. And why is this important? Well, you recall a little thing called the pandemic when a lot of places were closed. Well, they were never really closed, but they were only at 50% capacity. So even when they sold tickets for shows, they didn't make any money because they still have to buy production materials, settings, do all that, and none of the people, the actors, actresses, get paid. This is a volunteer thing. So Always Patsy Cline will start on the weekend of the July 23rd, a Friday night, and go through Sunday the 25th. The tickets are $50 and help to defray all the costs for all their productions. So this is going to be a fabulous show. It's a 2-person, 2 actresses are on there, and we had the one who portrays Patsy Cline was on our show last week, and oh my gosh, is she such a great singer. Amazing. So go and see that. The tickets are available at owentheater.com. Also, this will be the last week for Tarzan, and that's amazing as well. And that is going to be at the Crichton Theater with Stage Right of Texas. If you haven't been to the Crichton Theater, I don't know what you're missing, but that is a very old theater made in like around 1920s. So you can go to CrichtonTheater.org and get tickets for Tarzan. They have a lot of amazing shows, and both the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater are just steps apart from each other. And those are also being run by volunteers. Volunteers do this. So help them out. Help our live theater performances. So did you also know that the city of Conroe has a Conroe Senior Center? I bet a lot of people didn't know that. Actually, Meals on Wheels used to be in that building, and it's over at Candy Cane Park. So they do a lot of things for seniors, bingo, lunches, special events, and one of the events, and we're going to have one of the sponsors of their upcoming event, that's the third Wednesday of the month from 11 to 12:30, is a senior luncheon. So the one coming up July 21st is going to be the speaker's from Curves, and she's going to talk about strength training and balance, and it's sponsored by Assisted Living Locators. So that's another opportunity, and you can go to the City of Conroe website, cityofconroe.org, and find out all about the senior activities under Parks and Recreation. They are also hosting a mother-son date night on Friday, July 23rd from 7 to 9:30 at the Conroe Water Park, which has only been open since August last year. It's brand new. And you can see it from the feeder road on I-45. It's a fun place. So the mother-son date night is for ages 4 to 12 years of age, and they will swim. They will see a movie while they're flicking and floating and with their noodles. Prizes. There's going to be a photo booth. So you have to let them know. Call them at 936-522-3900, and it's $20 for a mother-son team and $10 for each additional son. So if you have 3 kids, they can all go. And what a fun time that will be. The last thing I want to mention is the University of St. Thomas downtown, and they are right by the courthouse at 335 North Main, and they offer a lot of programs. They have a creative writing class, they have leisure learning, they have lunch and learns, and their next big thing is on July 29th, which is avoiding common mistakes when financing your small business. Well, that could be informative for a lot of businesses, you know, especially as we're changing things up. I don't want to use that other P word, but we're changing things up from how we've done things, and a lot of people are putting their business online to make it more accessible, so that might be something you want to find out again. You can go to the University of St. Thomas Downtown Center, USTMAX, and find out more about that. So bring a friend, make a day of lunching, browsing antique stores, boutiques, and all of that in downtown Conroe. You are listening to Conroe Culture News, and I am your host, Margie Taylor, and we are going to get right back with our guests that are sitting with me here today from the Woodlands Chamber. I have JJ Hollie at the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, and Jennifer Moore with More of Everything, and also events with the Woodlands Chamber in just a moment.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Second Saturday Divorce Workshop provides unbiased information to help you understand your options and move forward with your life. This divorce workshop is for you if you are contemplating divorce, in the process of divorce, already filed for divorce, or post-divorce. You will explore the emotional, legal, and financial aspects of divorce from professionals who have guided others through divorce. For more information on this divorce workshop, contact secondsaturdaywoodlands.com or call 832-375-0900.
Hello. My guests today on Conroe Culture News are going to be JJ Hollie, the president of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, and Jennifer Moore, More of Everything. She also does the events at the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, and we are talking about the Chairman's Ball. So I understand, JJ, this is the 43rd annual Chairman's Ball.
Yes, it is. We're about 44 years old, so we started this very quickly after we began the organization, and it's just a great way for us to wrap up the year, celebrate making it through different crises through the year, like the one we won't talk about, because we're all sick and tired of that.
So that one would have been the 43rd.
Correct.
But that one doesn't count.
And we had to cancel last year. Jeff Garrett was our chairman of the board. He's from CP Chem. He's their lead attorney over there. And unfortunately, we could not have a chairman's ball to celebrate him. So we're celebrating both him and Linda Nelson, who's with Marketing Memorial Hermann. So we're going to celebrate both of them on that night. That's right.
It's a double party.
Yep.
Okay, more fun for everyone.
Yes.
And you are sitting here with Jennifer Moore, who's helping to coordinate all the details of this wonderful Chairman's Ball that will be unique. It will be something different. Tell me about why it's different.
So this year will be different, as JJ said. Regretfully, we did not get to give Jeff his rightfully deserved Chairman's Ball last year, and we are fortunate enough to have him visit with us this year. So he will be getting a special segment of the ceremony this year, as well as honoring Linda, as she is our outgoing and our new incoming chair.
And it's a night in Napa.
It is. It's a night in Napa. We'll be doing things a little bit differently this year. We're going for very elegant black and white formal attire. We will have wine tastings. Wine tastings start at 6:30. We will have 6 different areas for you to go around and taste the different vineyards from around Napa Valley and California, so that will be very special. We also have a live band this year, which is very exciting. Danny Ray and the acoustics, he is amazing, and we're excited to get them interacting with the crowd and have everybody dance the night away after all the wine tastings and celebrations commence.
So it's a very upscale, elegant party, basically. But what's also different, JJ, haven't we always had tabletop decorations?
We usually do that. It's one of the things that makes us pretty unique. But just in keeping with our theme is really something that the chairman picks every year. And so they have a lot of leeway to choose something that reflects kind of who they are, their history, and kind of their makeup. So this is a neat way to celebrate Linda. We will also honor Jeff with his special themed table, which Jen can add into that. But it's going to be a great night, and it is formal, black and white. I've got to figure out some way to get a white tuxedo jacket.
Yes.
And it scares me.
So does that mean checked black and white, or what is it?
No.
Yeah,
No.
plaid or houndstooth is going to work. The only thing I'm worried about is having a white jacket, a bunch of red wine. Yeah, I'm not sure that'll work.
Only white wine for you.
Another good thing is that this will be the first event kind of the quote unquote season after COVID. This will be the first big gala that the Marriott will offer.
Yes.
So it's going to be very nice.
Yes, they've done a couple of parties here and there. They've actually started back up with prom season, but this is, we're going back to rounds of 10, which will be nice. We will be celebrating with 500 of our closest friends and family and coworkers to celebrate JJ, as he said, the accomplishments of the Woodlands Chamber, our community, and our chairman over the past year.
So tell me some of the sponsors. Do you know who is involved in sponsoring?
We do. We have some really great sponsors this year. Our main sponsor, of course, is going to be Sam Houston State University, followed by CP Chem with Jeff Garrett from our chairman from last year. We've got Consolidated Communications in there, Memorial Hermann's The Woodlands, Methodist Hospital. We've got Piney Rose doing all of the floral. We've got some amazing partners for printing. We've got quite a few Napa Valley sponsorships, which are still plenty available if you would like to do that. That is going to be your table of 10 with sponsorship recognition. So if you would like to hear about that or any other opportunities, which there are still some available, please contact me.
How do they contact you?
Just call out and I'll answer. No, jennifer.moore@woodlandschamber.org, or feel free to call the chamber itself and they will be able to put you in touch with me.
Okay.
And one note on that, we were extremely fortunate to have sponsors that were so generous as to let us carry over their funds from last year's cancel event to this year's. And anything we do that's worth doing is not done alone. And that's what's amazing is we have so many great members and sponsors and board members and people that are involved and volunteer at the chamber that really make us who we are. So it's a great way for us all to come together and just celebrate that.
Yep.
Well, I think it's very exciting, a formal affair, because in the past it's always been some kind of a theme, whether it's circus or Star Wars or Hollywood or
James Bond.
Which is kind of
or
fun.
Island theme.
It is always fun. We because it's such a special year, and we're celebrating essentially 3 different folks, and Linda loves wine and really wanted to do a night in Napa. We decided to just kind of make the entire thing formal, elegant, really enjoy yourselves. Absolutely love the tabletop decorators and themed events, but we wanted to.
But this is different.
This is going to be a little bit different, so we wanted to make sure that we kept as such. So in lieu of the tabletop decorators, back to your original question, we have Piney Rose sponsoring all of the florals, so we thank them for that.
So it'll be beautiful.
It will be very
The lights
beautiful.
are going to be glittering lights and
There's going to be
different
candles and
things.
twinkling lights and vineyards and rolling hills and black and white and live band, and it's going to be a
Photo
party to remember.
opportunities.
A few different photo opportunities. Yes, we'll have some live paintings going on. Not to mention, if we haven't already, the wine tasting.
The wine tasting. So tell me a little bit about the wine tasting.
So upon entry into the ballroom, you will see on either side we have 6 different wine tastings set up for you to go venture to. So you will go up, get a sample. We will have some very talented sommeliers giving kind of a crash course in the wine that they're offering. So they'll go through all of the tasting notes, where it comes from, what's happening over in California with all of the vineyards now, and they'll do that at each different station, and everything will be dressed to fit the occasion.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun. Yes.
Okay.
We hope to see everybody there.
And of course, the meal will be very elegant as well.
Yes. We have some past charcuterie to start the evening, and then we're going to have a nice spring salad. We're going to have some beef short ribs and some chicken breast, followed by an awesome.
Nothing messy, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ladies,
Very
watch
nice.
those white dresses.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's define the attire a little bit. Black and white. So does that mean people can wear black or white, or what is preferred?
What is preferred would be for guests to wear black or white or a combination of the both, but we would really prefer to
Elegantly,
absolutely.
Not like a clown.
I have no, not like a club. I have had some gals ask if cocktail length is appropriate, and absolutely, as long as the preferred color is black or white or a combination of the both, and our chairman will be joining us in her very own color. So
we'll see.
we will see.
We will see about that. So I know that there's links to go on there, but you can just go to the Woodlands woodlandschamber.org.
Woodlandschairmansball.org. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you can go directly woodlandschairsmansball.org. Okay, I didn't know that. So I was going other directions. And you can also find information on the Facebook page.
There's a Facebook event page, yes, on the Chamber website itself, on the Chamber Facebook page. There is an event specifically for Chairman's Ball if you search that under Facebook, as well as if you reach out to the regular Chamber website. My information will be on there, as well as the event page to the Chairman's Ball.
Is this fun for you to do?
It's a lot of fun for me to do.
It's fun for us, for her to do it.
All right. It's always fun for somebody else to do.
We're very fortunate about that.
I can't wait to
Thank
celebrate
goodness,
with everybody.
Jen is very detail oriented, and you deserve as much a celebration as anybody else in this. So, and thank you, because she does an excellent job, and we've got an excellent team of people that help out as well. So, and you might want to go through them so we can recognize those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have of course our wonderful committee that we have had meeting once a month, every month since April probably for this event. We've got some amazing members at the chamber itself who have helped put on this event.
Yep.
I know I've been involved in it for years.
Yes,
years,
and it's a lot of the
seen
same
it
faces,
morph
which
around.
is
But there's some new ones this year I've noticed. I think to give kudos to Linda and also to be part of this, because it is a different event this time. It isn't with all the costumes. It's just a step up.
And a big kudos to Linda as well for being very involved. She is out at every single event I've ever gone to, as well as having playing a huge role, as much as we want to allow her to know for this event, and making sure that she's on top of things. She's helping where needed. She's always available whenever you have any questions for her. So big kudos to that. And we do have a lot of new folks on the Chairman's Ball team, as well as lots of senior folks who've been around for years.
And that's the thing about really any and all of our chamber events is they are run by the members. I mean, we're a member-driven organization. It's not a staff member making those calls. It's people that are involved, and because we want our members it's their event. So we want them to have involvement. And everybody, if you're a member of the chamber, you can come to this meeting. And all of our meetings are online, so you can see where and when and how to get involved.
Well, I think it's important, don't you, JJ, that if you're a member, you need to get involved in some regard.
Yes.
Member, if you're part of one of the hospitals, then maybe you do it at a different level. But if you're a smaller business, there's always opportunities for you to volunteer your time in something that makes sense to you.
Yep.
So like I'm in public relations, so I like to do events and things like that. But somebody that you have the nonprofit organizations, the CARE committee, which I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's all the nonprofits that go out and help other nonprofits. So one opportunity was to help build a home with Habitat for Humanity, and I know you've done lots of other things. So if you haven't gotten your hands dirty, let's say, and you're part of a business that's not a nonprofit, this is a good way to get to know those and learn how to give back to the community.
There's
so that's
many
just one example.
Yeah.
There's so many different things.
committees available throughout the chamber.
Transportation, what's going on in business, and I know that you do other things to help get out the information, whether it's a podcast with Woodlands Online, what's happening in our area, economically with the commissioners and different things like that, the township, so forth. So if you do business in the Woodlands at all, you should be a member of the chamber. Or
That's
want
right.
to do business.
Definitely.
Yes.
Either way. And, for an annual fee, you can get all the different marketing opportunities that are available to everyone. It's just about using it, utilizing your benefits.
Absolutely. You get in what you put out of it. And they host so many different incredible events and opportunities for you to become a part of the community and help build your relationships. And your business won't grow without building those relationships. So,
And now's a good time to do that.
Yeah, and I'm glad
Absolutely.
you said that because it is about relationships.
Everything is.
I hate using the term networking because it sounds
It's
so
relationship
transactional.
building, yes.
The worst thing you can do is join the chamber that morning and go that night to like a business after hours and pass out 100 business cards, and it's just too transparent. I mean, it's just too transactional. It's too much kind of a one-off deal.
Nobody will save it.
No, and if you get involved and then people get to know you, just about everybody I do business with, I've met through the chamber. Before I started working at the chamber, I met them at the chamber. And my financial advisor, my insurance guy, my landscaper, all those people I've met through, because I can see them and I know them and have a relationship. And I'd rather do business with somebody that I know than just a business
than a
card.
business card.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I went through and weeded out a whole bunch that I'm like, I don't know any of these people, so I'm throwing them all out. I did that yesterday, as a matter of fact. So it's all about relationships. And going back to the chairman's ball, you're not handing out business cards. I mean, I wouldn't leave them at home. I'd always take a few. That's
Always
just me.
have 'em on you.
I always have them on me. My husband knows that. But, you're meeting people in a comfortable, fun situation.
It takes the
It is a
pressure
good
off.
time.
Absolutely.
And so you just engage about what are they drinking right now,
Yeah.
or the music, or whatever. And it starts a conversation going that you'll remember when you see him again. Remember when we were at the chairman's ball.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there will be some elected officials there. Maybe you want to go talk to them up close and personal in a fun atmosphere, things like that. So going back to that, there are sponsorships still available.
There is, yes,
right?
ma'am.
So do you still have the wine cellar sponsor available?
We do. So we have sponsorships levels available still left, ranging from $750 all the way up to $3,000. So plenty of the $750 level, which is the wine cellar sponsor, is going to be 2 tickets and sponsorship recognition. The cutoff date for that is going to be July 21st, which I believe is already next Wednesday. So we're coming up on about 5.5, 6 weeks out from the event, and like I said, those sponsorships are still available. So if you have any questions or is there something you wanted to speak about as far as a sponsorship level goes, please feel free to reach out to me and we can make that happen.
That'd be the best way to
Absolutely.
make it happen. And even if something's not on here and it's something you
always
want
up
to
for
be
discussion.
a part of,
Yes.
let's talk about it, right?
And again, my contact information is jennifer.moore@woodlandschamber.org.
And this is August 21st, a night in Napa.
At the Waterway Marriott.
Looking at the logo, it just looks like it's going to be a fun evening, something that you haven't experienced before. And there's generally 600 people that attend this small party, right?
Yes.
Very small party.
But the room is large.
Yes.
And now that we're back to tables of 10, which is great, because I know I went to something back in the spring that I had a table, but it was half and half of a table, so it's not great for conversation. So this way you can, and if you buy a table, you can sit with all the people you want to be at your table, right?
That's
Yes,
right.
and to
Instead
that
of randomly
point,
being sat with somebody.
You are welcome if you would like to gather some friends and collaborate as a table of 10. That can always be arranged as well instead of buying individual tickets. Again, just
And then it's
contact
cheaper.
me.
Exactly.
Just saying.
All of this is up for discussion. We would love to have you join us. So any questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out at any time. I'm always available.
That's great. So again, this is the Chairman's Ball for the 43rd Chairman's Ball. Wow, that's a big number.
That is.
A night in Napa. It's a black and white affair. And you can find out more about it by going to woodlandschamber.org or
woodlandschairmansball.org.
woodlandscharmansball.org. You can go to Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on LinkedIn.
Search Chairman's Ball 2021 and we're the first
And you
one
will
who
just
pops up.
find it all over the place. But
Yeah.
the best thing is just to reach out to Jennifer. So
Yes.
find
That's what
Jennifer.
I
Just find Jennifer and ask her anything you want to ask her. Do a meetup. Take her to lunch. I mean, I don't know. Any of those
Absolutely.
things work. Or you could do that with JJ, but he may not know the
We'll
answer.
include him in
so
on the calendar invite.
talk to Jennifer before you
I
do
would
anything.
recommend going to Jen first. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So thank you very much for coming on the show today, and we look forward to sharing this YouTube video next week. Okay.
Thank you for
Margie.
having us.
All right.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
everyone. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News. And today I am visiting with Assistant Living Locators of Greater Northeast Houston, Brent and Pauline Veazey. And they are excited about their new business and helping your loved ones find where they need to be. So they are going to tell us all about that. And this is sponsored by Team Sinisi and Roger Stein Chiropractic. We are also on FM 104.5, 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe. So thanks for coming on today, guys. Tell me a little bit about your business and how you got into this business.
Well, thank you for having us today, Margie. We've always had a special place in our hearts for seniors. I've had experience with seniors at the YMCA for over 15 years. My husband, Brent, was in the Medicare world and insurance, and he spent plenty of time there and also with the YMCA. So we've always had a special place in our heart for people over 65.
And when the pandemic hit, and I lost my position at the YMCA last March, I was kind of exploring the world to find out what would be the next professional adventure I would be going on. And when I found this opportunity with Assisted Living Locators from a franchise perspective, it seemed like it was a very intriguing opportunity because not only do we have this previous experience that we've lived through our professional lives, but we've lived this journey personally as well. We both have older parents, and we were both involved with my grandparents' care over a decade ago. And that journey with my grandparents was extremely difficult. We ended up having to move them 3 times, and we had family fights, yelling, shouting matches.
I can relate.
And so it was not a very good, positive experience at all for all of us. And it was something that left a very lasting impression with me and Pauline both. And so when this opportunity came, it was viewed not only as a way to actually start a new business and control our own lives better, but it was an opportunity to actually help people avoid the experience that we had, which was extremely negative and has lasting impacts even to this day with some people in our families. So that's why we kind of got into this, and everything we do is free. It's free of charge for caregivers, the person, the family. So we get our payments from, the resources that may eventually get referred to. And, but that's how we work.
Yeah. And it works really well. I know that I have reached out to y'all, and I've noticed your posts on LinkedIn, and they are very compassionately done and have a lot of great information and resources as well. So the interesting thing about what you do is they don't have the parents or whomever, your loved one, does not have to live here in Conroe, Montgomery County, or Texas for that matter, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
So you help out wherever they want to be or where is the best suited place for them, correct?
Absolutely. So what we do is whenever someone reaches out to us and says, Mom needs some help. Like, we don't know exactly what she needs, but it's not working. So we have an in-depth conversation and, what do you need? What are you looking for? What are you seeing? Mom's in, Kentucky, and I really need her to be closer to my sister in Florida. We can help with that. We do specialize locally because we have a great network of people we work with through the chamber and through different organizations where we work locally with people. But we can help you no matter where you live in the United States.
That's pretty amazing.
It is, and the local area, it's a marketing area. So our marketing area is really from the 2nd Ward in northeast downtown Houston all the way up Interstate 69 to Cleveland. And then you go east from Cleveland down into Liberty County to Dayton, and then further southeast to Mont Belvieu, and then basically Anahuac. So basically I-10 east and I-69 north. That's our marketing area, but we do work. We're helping people here in this area right now.
So when you say marketing, does that mean like the first touch, of getting involved with somebody? So not to say that I couldn't refer you to somebody in Oklahoma, let's say, that's a warm welcome. It's not you cold touching them for the first time.
Correct. If you're looking for us on our website, you put in a zip code that's in those areas
Right.
that we discussed, they will find us.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So otherwise, we're there
It's
to
the
help.
relationship
It's relationship like yours. You
Right.
reached out to us. Some other friends of Pauline's have reached out to us, and we help them, regardless of wherever they are.
No, and you do it really well. So if you want to help, like my mother who lives in Oregon, find a place for her to live in Arizona or California or wherever, you would sit down and that individual would give you all the specifics of how much they can spend a month, what their needs are, and there's different levels of care, right?
Absolutely. So some people don't need a whole lot of care. They just need somebody to make sure that they're eating every day or make sure that their laundry gets done because it's a little bit more difficult. Some people need reminders that they have medication they need to take, and some people need someone to give them medication. So there are different levels of care, and we work with all levels, all the way from independent living, which means you just need somebody to make sure mom's there and check on her every once in a while, to, we need full-time 24/7 care. So we help all the way through memory care.
And we help not only with people staying in their own homes, because 90% of people want to stay where they're at. That's
so
their
you
preference.
can bring in care
Absolutely.
to them.
We bring care into the home to help them be able to live their best lives in their homes. We have people that can come in and evaluate their home from a safety perspective and say, okay, what do we need to do to make this a more safe environment for them to try to lessen the risk of falls. You can't eliminate falls, but you can lessen the risk of falls by putting in rails, ramps, other things to help people get around and be more mobile within their own homes.
Rearranging the furniture.
Rearranging
so
the
it's not in the way.
furniture, making sure you don't have rugs on the floor,
Sure.
those types of things. So we have resources that can be brought in to do those things. We have resources that can come in and help people get dressed, eat, help them go and take a bath if that's what they need. Anything and everything is on the table that we can do within their homes for sure.
So it's an exciting opportunity because the population, first of all, is getting older.
Absolutely.
Like myself. I mean, they call it baby boomers because that's when most babies were born. And now, everybody gets older and may need more additional care. What is the average age of the person, the individual that you're helping at the end game?
Well, currently,
probably in their 70s but we've helped people as young as in their 40s just because they had a disability. And so we were able to work with them a little bit. We've worked with people that are, centurions, so they're over 100.
Yep.
So yeah, we help a little bit of everybody.
And just to go back to what you were saying, did you know that every 8 seconds someone is turning 65 now in the United States?
Yeah.
Every day. 10,000 people a day turn 65.
And by 2050, 20% of the U.S. population will be over 65.
I will be over 65. Well over.
So I will as well.
We will too by 2050.
My. And it's at no cost to you. That's what people need to really understand, that, you're helping them, and wherever the situation is, wherever they end up, they would pay. So if they're staying in their own home, who pays for that person to come in and assess the home?
So for the assessment, the majority of the partners we work with in the Houston area, they do an assessment of your home and at no cost. It's what you do after that. So you find that you have, you need rails, you need shower.
You got to pay for that.
Yeah, you would pay for
You're
that
paying
service.
for a service.
Right. But for the assessment, no, yeah.
But that's a good question, Margie, because it talks about a bigger issue, because a lot of people think that there's like an insurance out there, especially Medicare, will cover the cost of these types of things. And Medicare will cover home health. Okay, so if someone needs something to be put into their veins, Medicare will actually cover for that to happen. But if someone needs to go into the house and make these changes or to help them get non-medical stuff, for the most part, Medicare's not going to pay for that. Okay, so there's only 2 types of insurances that will cover the cost of what we call long-term care moving forward. The first is Medicaid. Okay, Medicaid is an income-based. It's designed for people with a lower socioeconomic standard, and it will cover for people to come into their home to take care of them or to move them into a long-term care, assisted living, or whatever facility they would need. Okay,
But not all places take the Medicaid.
No, not all places. In fact, in Texas, very few places take Medicaid. Okay. So the second option that's out there is something called long-term care insurance. Okay. It's a special insurance program that is designed for people that will pay for long-term care in a home environment or in another facility environment place.
But you got to pay for that up.
That is
previous to when you need it.
true.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yes. And the younger you are, the cheaper it is for you to buy into it. Okay. So if you're in your 50s right now, this is something that you should probably be looking at because it takes a few years to build equity into the plan. And there's different types of plans as well. They have fixed benefit costs versus pay as you go options that are shorter term as well. But long-term care insurance is basically the only other way to pay for it other than out of pocket or if you have veterans
VA benefit.
VA benefit.
And you help them with VA benefits to
We
figure
can,
out what
yes.
can be used.
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
all of that, and places that would take that.
Yes.
Do some places not take that?
Yes.
Okay. So
It-
it's like
it-
anything
but it's
else.
not as broad as Medicaid. Most of them will, because what the VA does is actually reimburse people
For
for
the
their
cost.
expenses. So my grandfather was in the VA program, and we should have investigated that further because he probably would have qualified for long-term care under the VA program, and we just didn't know about it at the time.
So-
But typically, people that have been in wars, right?
Right. So there are requirements for days of service within wartime, and so there are some requirements for it, and there are income-based requirements for that benefit as well. But I think a large part of what we do is we educate people because a lot of people, like he said, don't know about the VA benefit, or they don't know that their family member might qualify for Medicaid because it's just something that you don't think about and you don't talk about a lot.
Well, and that's very true. They don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Or in some cases, they may think that their medical will pay for it.
Right. Absolutely.
And it doesn't.
Absolutely
Does
not.
Medical pays for medical. It doesn't pay for anything like your housing.
Right.
Nope.
And these are it's difficult conversations for people because we're talking about things that people don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about your finances with other people, and you don't really want to talk about the emotions that are involved with, mom's getting older or I'm getting older. And so those are difficult things to think about, but we need to think about them because the more time we have, the better we can plan and ensure that you're getting what you want out of the last years of your life, that you're determining what that looks like.
That's good points. So how does someone get in touch with you?
So there are quite a few ways. We're on Facebook. You can like us at ALLNE, so that's Northeast Houston. We're on Instagram at Senior Choices. We have a phone number, which is 281-691-6450. And of course, on our website at assistedlivinglocators.com.
And the phone number you can not only call, but you can text as well.
Absolutely.
So the texts come directly to both of our phones,
Yep.
and the phone rings to both of our phones, and they're on all the time.
Absolutely. We answer those phones pretty much 24/7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is quite different than the YMCA.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot different and a lot the same. We were both very intentional that whatever we did for the next steps in our professional life, we had to be taking care of people. And so this was the perfect choice for us.
It's
So
very
way to do
different
it.
than the corporate world for sure
For
that I
sure.
was in. And there's a lot of things. We were involved with my grandparents because we were in the Medicare sector.
Right.
Okay. But just being in the sector doesn't get you into the nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts of what the day to day is out there. And there are so many different things that are available, so many different aspects you have to consider. It's very complicated and it can be very overwhelming. And a lot of people have experienced that and come to us, and
They rely on you to know the answers because it is
Correct.
complicated.
It is so complicated.
And you don't want people to scam you because people are going to sell you something.
Absolutely.
If you call a number on your own, forever they will have your number and they will be calling you. So if you go through someone like yourselves, then that is not going to happen.
We are the buffer. So we make sure that people don't have your contact information so that they can constantly
Harass you.
I was not going to say that.
Well, I am.
But
I can. Yeah.
So, well, and it's easy for people like in our generation, yourself included, where we will Google stuff, right? So I need to Google the best care for mom, or I need to find mom a place, and that's fine. But once you fill that form out on that
You're
website,
done.
20 people
They got
have
you.
your information, and they will call you until you.
Incessantly.
Yes,
They'll
and
call, they'll text, they'll
keep
send
calling.
an email. They'll keep calling, even when you tell them not to call. So, word to the wise, they should connect with y'all, especially if they're semi-locally in the area, or through a friend that you know somebody that may need this, to reach out to either one of you, both of you, or whatever. Go on your Facebook page, go on your website, and of course we'll have all this on Conroe Culture News. But it's going to happen, and you will need assistance at some point. So this is good information. So I know, Brent, you wanted to also tell me, we don't have too long here, but tell me about the Alzheimer's Walk.
Yes, we Assisted Living Locators is partnering nationwide with the Alzheimer's Association. Alzheimer's is the leading dementia in the United States. Almost 6 million people currently have it, and by the year 2050, that will be 14 million. So
You keep talking about 2050.
yes, that's kind of
That's
like
like 30 years from now.
yes, 30 years from now, but it's the sixth leading cause of death for people over 65 right now, and it's going to be by 2030 the third leading cause of death, only behind heart disease and cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
And having experienced it personally, it's a very horrible disease, and there's no cure for it.
Yeah.
None. So it's something that we as an organization believe strongly. We want to support it. And we've already had the longest day happen, and Pauline is actively involved with the organization and coordinating a lot of things. And one of the things we have coming up is the walk. So Pauline, can you talk a little bit more about that?
In October, we are doing a walk to end Alzheimer's. So we're going to be actually at the walk in the Woodlands. So we're working with that organization in October, and then there is a second one in October that's also in Baytown. So we do have teams at both of those events. So if you would like more information, obviously just send us a message, and we'll be happy to put you in touch with our walk team, and we'll be able to get you coordinated and hooked up.
Currently, we spend $353 billion every year to treat Alzheimer's and the other dementias. By 2050, that will be $1.1 trillion.
Yeah.
So that's it's not only about the lives that are going to be directly impacted, because there's 11 million people every year that care for Alzheimer's patients as part of their families. They're not getting paid.
Yeah.
So that's 11 million people that are no longer in the workforce that are trying to take care of their loved ones as well. So it's a disease that has not only a very horrible physical impact, it has a very horrible social and financial impact on all of us. And it's something that we need to try to do to take care of it.
Yeah, that's good information. You guys have just had a lot of great information. So I want to recap on this. You guys are with Assisted Living Locators of Greater Northeast Houston. Brent and Pauline Veazey. You have a Facebook page, ALL Northeast Houston. You're also on Instagram as Senior
Choices.
Senior Choices, I thought so. And your website is assistedlivinglocators.com, and then just go Northeast Houston. Right. You'll find your way there. Or just look up Pauline Veazey, Brent Veazey. Find them and talk to them. She's also at the Conroe Chamber. And anyway, I want to thank you both for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it on Conroe Culture News. And I am Margie Taylor, your host for the show. We'll be right back in just a moment for the bottom half of the show. Thank you for listening to Conroe Culture News at Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe. It is sponsored by Team Sinisi and Roger Stein Chiropractic. I hope you've enjoyed the show. A couple things I wanted to recap. You can go see Patsy Cline, and this is a fundraiser for the Owen Theater on July 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 3 days. And Tarzan will be swinging through the Crichton through Sunday, July 25th. The third Wednesday of each month, the Conroe Senior Center hosts a lunch, and the one coming up will be on July 21st. Pauline and Brent Veazey will be the sponsors of the lunch, and you will hear from Curves in Conroe how to keep your strength going for seniors. This is a free lunch for anybody 65 and older. You just need to contact the Senior Center and make your reservation at 936-522-3950. So you need to get on that right away to do that. Strength training and balance for the senior luncheon. And shop downtown Conroe. Shop local. You know, our businesses have been hurt a lot from last year, and it all makes a difference. So I appreciate you listening. Again, I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, FM 104.1, 106.1. 104.5, 106.1, and Facebook Live at Conroe Culture News.